Hello.
Good morning, Gail. We're live streaming on YouTube, just an FYI. But good
Okay, thank
morning.
you. All right. You
So
can
I'm
hear
gonna,
me?
we can hear
Yes.
you perfectly. Yep. So I'm gonna mute until we start at 9:30, but thanks for joining.
Okay.
Okay.
You're with the reserve application. Yeah, what?
Tracy, just making sure you can hear me.
Yes.
Okay, cool.
Good morning. And Gail, it is 9:30. Good morning.
Good morning.
Gail, you're standing in for Chair Eileen this morning?
Okay, then I'll call the meeting to order. First item on the agenda is approval of the meeting minutes for July 2nd, 2024.
You want to make a motion?
Yeah, so moved. We accept it.
I'll second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Okay, motion carries. The next order of business is under new business, cancellation of court compliance officer eligibility. The first is Lorenzo Hatcher.
So, is this on the last meeting? I don't remember seeing this the last meeting.
Hmm?
Is this on the last meeting as well? Lorenzo Hatcher?
Yes.
He was. Okay, I don't understand.
Gail, are you hearing that when he asks those questions?
Yeah, he just said it was he on the last meeting?
Yes, yeah,
Okay.
and Tracy confirmed that he was.
Okay.
Okay, so moved that we accept this disqualification.
All right, I will second that. Any discussion needed? We're good?
No,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. The second name on the court compliance officer eligibility list to cancel that eligibility is Brandon Hopkins.
Yes. I move that we accept this disqualification as well.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, thank you. Next up is certification of the court compliance officer eligibility list.
Move that we accept the compliance officer eligibility list.
I will second that. Any discussion? All right, all in favor? Say aye.
Aye.
Passes. This is a new one, certificate or certification of the detectives eligibility list.
And so this is new. I thought we, oh, I'm sorry, I looked at it the last time we were here.
Tracy, do you want to give just a little background on it or?
Yeah, so this is our detectives promotional process that we ran for the last maybe 2 to 3 months. And so there were 9 officers that put their name in the hat. They all attended an assessment center, which was comprised of 4 different components. And based on how they fell on the list, this is their ranking. So we're just asking for the list to be accepted so we can move forward.
Okay, what's the next step on this?
Whenever there's an opening, the chief has permission to pull a name off the list.
And the city has a rule of 5. And so what would happen in that first selection process, he could choose any one of the top 5. And then for the length of the list, like if somebody's number 8, they would move up accordingly. And then at any point, the chief could choose from the top 5.
All right, so I move that we accept the eligibility list for the police detective.
I will second that. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Certification passes. We have one more cancellation, but this is on the entry-level police officer eligibility. And that is for Brandon Hopkins.
So for Mr. Hopkins here, he was on two
lists.
different lists.
One was court compliance, which isn't a true like police patrol officer position. It's over with the courts, making sure that the court is safe. This is a true entry level police officer, goes to the academy and everything position.
Okay. Does that count against our numbers as far as the officers within the? So,
Oh, the court compliance
yes,
was not.
would not.
No, I don't think so. Tracy, where do we count court compliance in terms of like when we say we have this many officers? Court compliance isn't part of that, right?
Correct. No,
Yeah.
they sit
So
on
where do
City
they
Hall.
count? They count at City Hall.
Correct.
Yeah.
Courtside.
Okay. So different qualifications.
And
Correct.
a
Oh,
limited
yeah.
commission
Limited.
too. Yeah.
Different qualifications.
If
yes.
there was a police incident at the courthouse, the court compliance officer would need to call in police support. And when we bring prisoners from the Pierce County Jail, it's our officers who are assigned here that bring them. It's not the court compliance officer.
But if so, he's disqualified from both.
Yeah, he's he's not faring well in either arena.
All right, I move that we accept the disqualification of the entry police officer.
I second that. Thank you for the clarification there too. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. All right, and now we have to certify the updated entry-level police officer eligibility list. Do we have to certify that, or do we just have to acknowledge that It is.
Just acknowledge it doesn't need to be certified. There were quite a few folk that have expired off the list. So for transparency, I just want it to be transparent to say there's only one person that still sits on the list.
That's what I'm
Okay.
saying
Yeah.
here.
I see that there. Yeah. Okay. One person on the list.
Correct.
All right. Good. We don't have to move second or anything there.
No.
And then Tracy, I believe this is your juncture now.
This is, so I'll just combine the two if you don't mind, Chair.
Yep.
Okay, so with the 2024 Q3 Police Workforce Demographic Report, that September 30th report is where the PD currently sits. From last quarter to this quarter, there was a change with 2 demotions. And so we had a detective that was demoted to officer, and we had a sergeant that was demoted to officer.
Well, that's why.
It was pursuant to an internal investigation, and it was in the chief's discretion how to handle that. And it was the outcome of that. I think the discipline is out there to be known. Steps. It's being briefed. We may come back to you later and say
Right.
everybody's going back to their spots again.
I do have a question on this.
Yes.
As I look at it here, it's saying, at the top of it is saying lieutenants, and I think they're captains now, right? Does that need to be changed?
Thank you. It does need to be changed. So noted. I will have that updated by our next quarterly report. Thank you.
Yeah, we no longer have lieutenants at all.
So, okay, yep. Thank you. Oh, and then the other thing, sorry, any questions about the workforce report before I go to my examiner's report?
No questions here.
No questions? Okay. And the only thing that's on my chief examiner's report is that we are in the middle of a captain's recruitment process. There are six sergeants that have thrown their names in the hat. And so the next step, we don't have a firm date, but the next step is to run an assessment center for them as well, for those 6 candidates. And their assessment center is comprised of, I believe, 2 to 3 parts. So it's not as extensive as the detectives, but yet there is still an assessment center. And more likely than not, once we're done with that process, then we'll call another civil service meeting. So unless something comes up, I don't foresee us having the need to have a meeting in December. So just an advance heads up.
Okay,
In my report.
thank you. Is there anything else for the good of the order?
No, just have a quick question about that, just real quick. The captains thing you're talking about from
Mhm.
sergeant to captain, is that the same as it would be for the lieutenant, or is this a different process because they're going to captain?
Same process.
Same.
Yep. Same qualifications, just change in title.
That's my only question.
Okay, well, seeing no more business, I guess this meeting is adjourned.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks, Gail.
Hey, you're welcome, you guys. I don't know
Hey,
if you
Tim.
can see I'm waving, but I
Larry.
love seeing you. Have a good holiday.
You
holiday.
too. Bye, Sergeant Borchardt. Happy holidays to you as well.
You too. Bye.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.